Welcome to the Raj Kotecha Show, #1 podcast in Dubai. If you're looking on the screen right now, you'll see some of the incredible things we spoke about in this episode, including the return of my friends, your friends. Russell Peters doing a sold-out show, Emirates launching a sexy new seat, and the Twitter deal coming to a halt. What's going on with Elon Musk? Joining me to talk about it, as always, is Vic.
Hello.
And he puts the "and" in gin and tonic. His name is Alex, and he's back
What's
in
up?
full Chief Hobnob Officer mode.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. And also this week, Alex got his own Alex, who's called Neil.
Yeah,
How are you, Neil?
I'm good.
How was your time on the show today?
Yeah, I learned a lot of new things about the content and stuff that you guys make and the events that you plan.
Neil is our nephew who's been interning with us for a week. That was his 4th take, and that's about as good as it gets, ladies and gentlemen, to be honest with you. So we'll take it. We can't think of any other redo of this intro, so we're going to be like, all right, if you're checking out the show, 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify would be wicked. Spotify gang, if you're watching it, drop us a DM and let us know. And then YouTube gang, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. We'd super appreciate it. Alex, run the music. Well, we've made up for a number of quiet weeks with quite a busy week. Starting off, let's get into out and about in Dubai. First one, of course, we have to talk about My Friends, Your Friends.
Yeah, man.
So we are 2 days after My Friends, Your Friends, right?
Yeah, it was Wednesday, yeah.
It was Wednesday. It's now Friday. And it was really beyond my expectations. It was so good on all fronts. It wasn't the biggest. It wasn't the craziest My Friends, Your Friends in terms of hype across the city. It didn't have the wildest, frantic numbers of signups. We weren't talking about 1,300 signups. But what we did have, which I'm glad about, is the essence of what that event's supposed to be. So we had, as mentioned on previous episodes of the podcast, a bunch of people that were clearly there to connect. They had a need for it. It'd been the first time that we'd done a My Friends, Your Friends in its true form post 2020. And the vibe was just wicked, man. I'm really happy with it. So I want to thank everybody that came down to it. I want to give a shout out to all the co-hosts whose names I'm going to pull up right now because I probably should have had an extra tab for that. But in the meantime, whilst I want to think about shouting them out, of course, first and foremost, I got to shout out F10, not only Tim and Sabs and Rajiv, but also on the night, Ludo and a new producer, Chloe.
Yeah.
Who came down. She was very dope.
Yeah, really good instincts, kind of knew what she was doing. Didn't really have to do any kind of too much prep on the night or anything. She was like, I got you.
Yeah, she
know what
fitted
to
into
do.
that
That's
team
good.
nice and well.
Yeah.
So shout out to F10, and I try to say this every time I talk about F10, which is that we wouldn't be where we are as a community without F10. They came to the first My Friends, Your Friends, sent us the wrap-up video of that first event 2 hours later, whilst I was still in the venue, and then from that we just showed that to every single person we wanted to come down as a co-host. It definitely helped them agree. We showed it to every venue. It definitely helped them agree. It showed it to every person we wanted to just come down and hang out. It definitely helped them agree. And we just grew and grew. So big shout out to F10. They're incredible. Find them on Instagram. I think it's F10.
F10 Productions, I think.
Yeah, or type in First and 10 Productions.
Yeah.
Anywhere on the internet, you'll see it. They're great guys. So big up to them, massive. Also to the folks that gave stuff away. So firstly, Joy Gifts. They gave away 300 dirham voucher, which was amazing. JG Fitness.
Yeah.
He was in the house as well, which was
Yeah.
dope.
Dude was a tank.
Massive.
Yo, he was 6'7".
Yeah, dude, he's massive.
Yeah. I actually saw some girls talking to him and they were doing this with their collar as they were looking up at him. I was like, this is some weird mating ritual, weird business going on. So yeah, so shout out to James Goff. Someone's won a week's worth of highly personalized tailorized training with him. And then New Water. Is the New Water thing done?
Yeah, it's all sorted.
It's already sorted. So
Yeah,
big
yeah.
up to Cyrus, the CEO of New Water for giving us some incredible products from those guys. What do you think? Firstly, Alex, it was your first one. It's the one thing that we've probably spoken about a lot since you joined the agency.
Yeah, since the start.
So versus your expectations. I guess this is the conversation. Expectations versus reality.
Yeah.
So, and you've got the most hypothetical expectations, Alex.
Yeah. I think it was very interesting. I was at the door for signups most of the time, but I got a good, I'd say, 40 minutes at the event. I loved it. It was very interesting. I came in having heard a lot, but didn't know exactly what to expect. And so I went in, as you say, it's basically like a family community. You look at someone in the eyes, like even if you make eye contact for a split second, like you can start a conversation instantly, like no barriers. You just speak a bit freely, whatever you want. It's really nice.
Yeah,
Loved it.
super chemistry.
Yeah, it was good.
Speaking of the door as well, got to give a shout out to Sal and Neda for holding the door down as well. They did such a great job. It's nice to have like a plug in, plug out like crew, you know, like it's very difficult. It's easy to achieve that in other cities, but no, they really did a great job. So we're going to be celebrating as well at some point, I'm sure. Vic, what about what do you think?
Yeah, listen, we were nervous going into this event, and you know, we weren't sure what the numbers were going to be like. We didn't know if people would actually show up, even if they registered. We just were really unsure about it. But we know we had faith, and
I don't know if I agree with that though. I mean, we kind of knew.
We
didn't know how high the numbers were going to go. I would say, like, I'm worried about like how high will they go. I think at this point,
in terms of registrations,
we had a range. I think in the first couple of days, sign up was modest, for sure.
Yeah, we had Eid week and all that.
That's
why we were nervous.
Yeah.
Because up until
that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Up until 3 days before the event, we were like, all right, we're not sure. Like, we knew people would come, and it's not that. It's just like the number of people.
No, I think from my perspective, it would be that you're right. We started the announcement and the campaign during Eid, which is a time where you don't get much market feedback because a lot of people were traveling, and you know, we also had some challenges as well getting through to people's inboxes because since we last did a My Friends, Your Friends 2 years ago, the whole world has gone e-commerce and social crazy. The Gmails and Outlooks of the world have ramped up how much content goes to spam. And we just definitely weren't seeing like that quant data. But what was nice is, as you rightly said, Vic, post-Eid, 3 days, 4 days leading into the event, then the electricity felt a lot more like normal. Yeah,
that's right. And then you know, there was a good ramp up period on that time. So, you know, look, here's the thing, and I've said this before on another podcast. I can't remember when it was, but you know, Dubai.
I said this on Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
well, on another podcast.
he disagreed with me, so we had a big debate about it, and got cancelled. But no, I've said it before that, you know, when you think about the cross section of Dubai, like just like the really great people in Dubai, the My Friends, Your Friends community is exactly that. It's a perfect snapshot of that, and. Like walking through My Friends, Your Friends, you know, over the years, you know, I've got to know a lot more people in the city, and at My Friends, Your Friends, I've got to know more people as we've done more, and they've got to know me. But this time round, I was really surprised at the amount of people I knew and the amount of people that knew me. And I think the podcast has helped.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. Yeah.
A lot of love for the podcast. So I appreciate everyone giving me love for the podcast. But like people are like, man, I haven't seen you for 2 years. I haven't seen you for 3 years. And it's true. Like I hadn't seen a lot of those people for 2 or 3 years because it only comes around at My Friends, Your Friends. But the vibe was really good. It felt like people missed My Friends, Your Friends specifically because people have been out. You know, Dubai's been open for some time and people are out. But I feel like people specifically missed My Friends, Your Friends. That was a vibe I got. And that is... you know, that's a good feeling to have.
And I appreciate everybody who also as well like was, you know, patient enough because I'd not spoken in front of that community for a while, and I probably did like 5 minutes up there, which is longer than normal. Obviously, we did a raffle that we spoke about all those great gifts we gave away, but like for the first time ever, obviously we've done, you know, quite a few people, 500 plus people, and the more people there are, the more space they occupy, and then there's more pockets of noise. But I really got a sense when I was speaking on the mic that like everybody was quiet.
No one said a word.
And was just listening hardcore, right?
100%.
And that's the biggest compliment you can get as a public speaker is to have people's attention. Yeah. And I feel like I captured what it was that we were trying to say. In fact, what might be a good idea, maybe not in this episode, 'cause I don't know if we can get the audio, and it might not be appropriate, but maybe on the next episode, or we'll just do a dedicated episode, which is just that speech of what it was and just let people listen to it. But it was really like, you know, it was really spoken from the heart because I was so happy. And one thing I realized, because we're under so much pressure launching the course and different things like that, you know, good pressure, is how much time it does take to do a My Friends, Your Friends. I genuinely thought that I could just click my fingers and this My Friends, Your Friends would happen. But there was a lot of innovation in this My Friends, Your Friends that we've not had in previous ones. Like, for example, we did a drinks token and a raffle ticket, which was the same, which was terrible, that had the names of the prizes on the back. So it was way less for people to carry, people seemed like they really wanted to hold on for the prize draw, which was really incredible. And, you know, we had obviously like different people working the door. Like Sal's never worked the door before of My Friends, Your Friends. Neda's not, although they've done Love Soul stuff.
Yeah.
So I realized that by the time somebody shows up at My Friends, Your Friends with their name and checks in, I personally have done probably 40 to 50 hours of work from finding the guests, reaching out to them, going to the venues, going back to the venues, sometimes negotiating, often renegotiating, just because, you know, people don't necessarily always get the vision. And it, you know, you kind of feel tired going into it. And then as soon as like probably 20 minutes into the doors opening, I was like, yeah, no, it's worth it. Like karmically, it's worth it.
People are on time.
Yep.
People were on time.
They were on DIFC time. Like they've been to other places where it's been busier earlier, like at the 20 minutes past, 40 minutes past mark on 6 o'clock. But all things considered, DIFC, because at the first My Friends, Your Friends, it was like 7:45, and we were like,
oh,
boy,
really?
people are still showing up. Yeah.
Traffic and parking.
Yeah,
and all that
you
kind of stuff,
never
right?
know. There's a bunch.
But yeah, listen, I think this is an event that the city needs, and we should continue to serve that community. You know, like it just shouldn't go away. Like I just don't think it's
kind of like what we're talking about Soul DXB, right? You know that there's certain moments that the city's back, and now that My Friends, Your Friends is back, you can be like, okay, there's now something about 2019 which we do miss. There's a lot of stuff that changed over 2020 and onwards that we don't miss, and we're glad to see the back of. But My Friends, Your Friends is something that when it came back, it's amazing. So thank you to the team over there as well. Katrina, who spearheaded the whole thing from me originally pitching. Manny, Naveen, Francis, Ali, Mohammed, and so many other people. I mean, one thing I'll say about Glow, they did not scrimp when it came to number of servers per person. They had so many servers.
Yeah, a bunch.
They gave us no pushback when it came to the layout we wanted and the furniture layout we wanted. They were super supportive. They had so many drinks at great prices, and they offered a ton of drinks in the welcome drink for free. So they literally were like by the time the doors opened, they were the perfect venue partner. I have to dead that channel as I sneeze.
Bless you.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So big up to them. And that's basically everything with regards to My Friends, Your Friends. Of course, we'd love your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. Shout out to Alicia as well, who was there playing the part of Alex's knee.
That's good.
Because Alex's knee was not working. And so we'll see how good that footage is and put some of those clips out as time goes on. But what I've also done is, I didn't tell you guys this, is that you'll notice that on this episode, I basically spared no time getting into this. And the reason is we're going to take this episode of the Raj Kotecha Show and make this the first episode that we share with the My Friends, Your Friends community. Because we've done loads of great episodes till now, but I didn't want them to troll through like tons and tons of other stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, the first episode we share with the My Friends, Your Friends community should be the one where we start talking about My Friends, Your Friends, kind of like as soon as the intro music's done. So yeah. That's it.
Yeah, good.
I'm just full of good feelings. Oh, of course, I said I'd shout out all the co-hosts. So big shout out to the co-hosts. Raluca, incredible. She got in early. She got really stuck in. She talked to everybody. She's also one of those like kind of mutants because she does yoga and she does real estate. So we had a really, really interesting time. Shayla, what? So I've not got time with anybody. Shayla, my sister-in-law, Vic's wife. What did she say about it?
So interestingly enough, considering the relationship she has with My Friends, Your Friends from a marriage point of view, this is her first one. We were living in Abu Dhabi for a lot of it. She said that she was really impressed with the event. She thought it was a great night. The venue was great. The people were amazing. No one gave any pushback when it came to like speaking to her. She just had super positive feedback, really positive feedback.
Because she's also been to a lot of Love Soul events in London.
Yeah, she knows how we do events.
Yeah,
that's fine. But this one, it's different, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, she loved it, man. Loved it.
Nice. Shout out as well to Emmanuel Bonham, who was just there, just crushing it. Super good energy. And obviously Millie was in the house as well, which was dope. Sheena Kotecha came, got stuck in. Sheena was there from early. Sharon Thomas, man, can I say the story she told me when I first met her?
Oh.
So I was like, hey, nice to meet you too. so that was incredible. Patchouli was there, vibes galore, looking incredible, and just like looking like an icon. I'm glad that she came with some friends as well and got stuck in. Deborah, you spoke to her about it? This is Vic's CrossFit trainer.
So I've not been to CrossFit since My Friends, Your Friends. because we've been because Thursday and Friday were like two stupidly late nights, and we'll obviously talk about that in a minute. But I've
so
just
funny.
not been able to get up to do it. Like sleeping at 4 a.m. I'm not getting up an hour and a half later. But I will message her, and I'll see her probably on Monday as well. So yeah,
Alex, time for your monologue.
How can you call
yourself a CrossFitter?
Dude, I have to hear that you say that you're a CrossFitter every single day, and you miss 2 days in a row.
Yeah, well, I was working.
Yeah.
You work every day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, let's see who misses the 30 minutes on the camera as well this week.
No, we won't.
It's
Sure.
happened.
Oh, really?
Not my responsibility anymore.
Not my circus,
Yeah,
not
I
my
Not
monkey.
my monkey. Well,
Wait, who missed it last time?
talking of
Wait, who missed the 30-minute
Me.
mark? Oh,
twice.
oh,
Was it twice?
Like two
when
different
today?
occasions. No, two different podcasts, 2 in a row.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
That's it.
So and then back on the coast as well, like Catherine O'Farrell, wicked to see her.
Yeah.
Just brought that big Irish energy,
Super
just like
energy.
super love for everybody. Perlanta again, looking super incredible, super talented. You should go check her out. All these names right now and for the foreseeable future will be on the myfriendsyourfriends.com website. So you can go on there and Google all these folks. And she came down with some cool artists. Speaking of artists, Pooja Tiwari was in the house. Now what's interesting is she used to work for Creative Content Agency. She's definitely done like the front desk side of My Friends, Your Friends. More recently, she's come as just like someone who comes to hang out, but now she's a well-deserved co-host, NFT creator. Look her up on Instagram at 1800.weirdo. Tina was there, Tina McWana, good.
Yeah.
Brought a bunch of people with her. Came, vibes galore. Laura, unfortunately, she voice noted me and said that she was like struggling to get parking. So whilst she may have got there, I didn't see her. So big up to Laura for at least trying, and we'll get you on a future one. Maria Conceição was there with four of the children that she looks after from Bangladesh. She's been responsible for a lot of like reform there and getting kids out of like tricky situations. So she came down, and thank you to her not only for coming down because she's a very, very important person in the city, but also getting the kids involved and doing the prize draw and all that, which was incredible. Ladija smashed it.
Yeah.
I was hyped when I saw her video of her coming in the taxi on the way down because she's a girl whose content I really appreciate. Like, she's very, very good. She treads this fine line between like social first and TV. Her content's very, very good. Ladija's Kitchen, Lidija. And then Jessica came down from
Jessica
USCO.
Silva, yeah.
She got stuck in as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
She didn't mess about. She came in and she was like, just started talking to everyone. And
Yeah.
it was nice to see, man.
Stayed
And
till super late.
She went back to Abu Dhabi that night.
Really?
No, really?
Yeah.
Only to come back to Dubai and work the next
The
day.
next day, yeah.
Dedication.
What a soldier. She's a great girl, though.
Yeah.
We should get her on here to sing one day.
Yeah.
Excellent. Next up. So that wraps up My Friends, Your Friends. What's next on the agenda on Out and About in Dubai?
So we have a special guest in town.
Oh, wait, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
We may as well like leak this out there. Joy Gifts gave us a 15% discount code. So you can head over to joygifts.com and type in MFYF, and that will get you 15% off.
And that's Joy, J-O-I.
Yeah.
Gifts.
So big up to them. All right. Next.
Yeah, so as I was saying, we got a special guest in town. Someone from London that's been doing some work experience with us, and that's our nephew, Neil.
Hello, Neil.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. We've got cameras on you now, multiple cameras. Tell us about what you're doing in Dubai.
So helping you like record podcasts for people and client work and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why you're here is because your school has a.
So we get a week off to do work experience,
Where did the idea of Dubai come from?
From my dad. He
Really?
suggested it, yeah.
And
then
what did so tell me about the setup. Like, where were you when your dad was like, "Let's talk about going to work for your uncle's company in Dubai"?
It just randomly popped up. He was like, "Oh yeah, I need to tell you something, and we're going to Dubai." So I was like,
Oh, so he'd already made the decision.
"Yeah." Before telling me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he doesn't think about you in any kind of responsible way at all. He's just like he has no faith. He's like, yeah, by the way, you gotta go shower. So good. So he says we're going to Dubai.
Yeah.
And then
And then I just go along with it. I just say yeah.
did you go, where's Dubai? Be honest.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Where is Dubai?
In the UAE,
And where's the UAE
like Middle East.
in relation to Portugal? Don't
on the
worry.
on the
No,
on
no,
the right
we're
on
good,
the
we're good, we're
No
good.
one knows what Portugal is. That was a trick question. Okay, so then you tell your teachers, or he's already arranged it with your teachers.
Oh no, I had to like ask my teachers if I can go.
And what did they say?
They said probably not, but I convinced them, and then yeah.
God damn it, Miss Crinian.
Right, how could they say no?
Yeah, how could they say no? And what did you do to convince them?
Oh, because you need like a formal letter, and they need to check up on the business to make sure that I'm actually doing work.
Oh, fair.
And so that
Yeah.
due diligence was terrible.
No. Hold on, wait a minute.
Literally.
Did you have to do the admin?
I don't know. I think so. I think something came in on WhatsApp.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember.
There was like a letter.
Whatever it was that took to get Neil here, I was able to do it on WhatsApp or on my phone.
Oh, that's easy then. Okay, so Neil, what were you expecting before you came out here? Like, what was your expectations? What were you thinking?
Like editing videos and recording videos and stuff.
Is that what you were actually genuinely thinking before you came out here?
Of doing.
Yeah. What was your expectations? What did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think you'd be doing?
Yeah, I thought I'd be editing videos and recording them because I did like a Zoom call with him, and yeah,
We did.
we did a Zoom call, and like you helped us edit videos and stuff.
Oh, that was like the
ages
family.
ago,
Yeah,
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 but I thought that was the type of thing you did.
Nice. Yeah, no, it is what we did. It was really good, and good. And how's the week been for you so far? It typically we only spent one day out of the 5 days internship together,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a shame, but that's unfortunately the way this week's been. That's why we have this show called A Lot Going On. But what kind of like any highlights for you?
Probably just the recording bit. It's the most fun bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're leaning more towards like the production side.
Yeah. Yeah.
And within production, within recording, do you mean more like the hardware capture or like the directing, the talent, and telling them what
No,
to say?
the hardware capture.
The hardware
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, good. Well, I'll be able to send you some of my favorite like camera and microphone channels, because if you look at my YouTube homepage, it's all microphones and cameras. So that's good. No, but it's been good to have you out here.
Yeah.
And I know we got a chance to talk a little bit today at lunch, and we're having dinner as well together tonight, so we'll be able to talk a little bit more then.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's wicked. And are you gonna like stunt on all of your friends that worked at Greg's and Woolworths
Yeah.
when you get back?
I already started. Yeah.
You really did.
Yeah.
What's the most vicious, like, savage thing that you've sent back?
Like videos of like the pool and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Videos
Nice.
of the pool.
Yeah, like the pool. Yeah, because obviously they're not going to be able to do any swimming, like especially in England. So
Outdoor swimming for sure.
outdoor, yeah, and indoor.
What about outside work? Is there anything that you've seen in the city or heard or tasted or something that kind of like you like?
The buildings are like really nice in Dubai.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're like the glass is just, I don't know. It's like it's so different than where like London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you see these buildings and all that, like, what is it you like about them? Like, is it like literally like I like the architecture, or does it make you feel like a
Yeah.
type of way, like inspired or whatever?
Yeah, no, the architecture. There's like this one building that like, I don't know how to explain it. But it's just so like,
Describe it.
it's like it's a curve, and then like it's two. I don't. I can't.
Is there a
actually-
hole in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, the Omnia.
Omnia or Museum of the Future? Is it the one here down the road, the black one?
I think so.
It's like a square with a hole in it.
Or is it a
an
circle?
actual
Yeah, but
You know,
it's like a square, but it's like split up in the middle.
Is it, you know when we
don't
went to the printers the other day? It's not the one opposite the.
No,
Museum of
not
the
that
Future.
one.
Okay.
Not that
So
one.
then it's probably Omnia.
Is it the one with like the bridge at the top? It's two towers with a bridge at the top.
Address?
I think.
Could it be a dress?
Could be.
I don't think so.
Where do you remember where you were in Dubai when you saw it? Were you on this part of town?
It was the
downtown?
first time we went when we went with you to Kite Beach. We were passing it.
We were going to Kite Beach.
We passed it in the taxi.
I don't know, man. If anyone knows which building he's talking about,
Yeah.
send us a DM
It
or
could
a
even
message.
be MOE. Like, no, maybe not.
You wouldn't have
No,
gone to
no,
Kite Beach
no.
that way, I'm sure. Anyway,
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, look, the architecture's crazy here. Like there is
Yeah.
a lot of like, bright lights, big city kind of vibe here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Cool.
What advice would you give to somebody who is thinking about coming to Dubai?
I'm not really sure. Just don't bring warm clothes. Yeah.
Don't bring warm clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just dress light.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the middle of May, so that makes a lot of sense. And what is it that you're gonna like? Do you have any kind of like submission to do?
No.
Like when you go back, like any proof of what you've learned?
They might ask, but yeah, I've got pictures and stuff. So
Okay, nice. I want you to put together a piece of content for me as well. That's the reason
Okay.
I've been asking you to take notes every single night.
Yeah.
So at some point before you go, maybe at one of the houses, maybe at their house, you need to do a piece to camera
okay.
and just go through those notes and just expand on them the way that you saw our clients doing today. So I want you to do that, and then I can check that out and see what you've learned. I've been following your emails anyway.
Okay.
Yo, just one thing. You do need to do something. You need to give him a diary of what you've done.
Oh
He's been
yeah,
doing
I've
it
been
every night.
I've been doing that.
But
Yeah.
what have you done and what have you learned?
Yeah.
Right? But
Did you send me last
specifically
night's?
school.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I'm gonna do 2 today.
Huh?
I'm gonna do 2 today.
Oh.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
But what happened last night? You had the night off.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
I was like with Ine like the whole night until
Oh.
like 8:30 or something
Oh,
in the
man,
park.
whole night.
But no, but that's not the whole night.
No, I was tired and I fell asleep. You know.
I'll tell you why that wasn't the whole night, because one of his submissions was at 3:26 in the
He
morning.
told
Oh,
me,
yeah.
He told me.
Yeah. Okay, well, I want to find out what you did yesterday,
Yeah.
if anything. And yeah, man, it's been good to have you over, and
Yeah.
well done on taking a chance.
Thank you.
had to, right, okay, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to do still. But yeah, it's been good having you over, and well done on like taking the leap, because if by doing things differently, you kind of like. I'm getting into like philosophical areas, but you did something different, and you'll benefit way more than most people your age. Good job. Speaking of last night, let's jump straight into a really fun night where
fun. Yeah.
Neil's dad, who's our brother-in-law, got quite an experience. So
Yeah.
we've had a mad week, as we spoke about.
Yeah.
My friends, your friends, and everything else that was going along with it. And it was around mid-afternoon yesterday that we remembered that, of course, Russell's got a big show, even though we spoke about Russell Peters' show. But one of the things from last night one of the things from out and Dubai, one of the big things from out and about in Dubai this week was hanging out with Russell Peters and Clayton Peters and starting from scratch and the whole crew, because they had their show here last night, which was at which venue? The name of it?
The agenda venues
the Agenda-
in Media City.
Yeah, Media City.
Man, yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Weird part of town, weird building. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I felt like I walked into the past a little
Well,
bit.
it's mad because I worked in Media City for like a year and a half, and I never knew that building existed, and it just feels like it's just been dropped there. Like it's just weird. It's just I don't know, man. But and inside it's a little bit strange. It's not.
Yeah.
It is. It just seems old. It's not
Yeah.
it's not like modern type
Yeah.
urban vibes.
Do you remember? It felt like the bottom. It felt like the Apollo, but without a mezzanine. And it
Right.
was wider than an Apollo,
Right.
but it felt like an Apollo without a mezzanine. You've not seen one yet,
No,
I don't
no, I've
think.
never
But,
seen
but
one.
it's a popular layout of a venue, the Apollo, where you've got like a really like this would be the stage if you're looking at like obviously folks listening on audio can't imagine it, but imagine this is the stage. You've got a really really wide base that goes all the way to the back, and then about 2/3 of the way at the top you've got like a lip, and that lip is the mezzanine.
Ah, okay,
And it's
okay,
a great vibe with amazing acoustics and everything else. But it was kind of like that kind of vibe. So the venue was different because the last 2 times we saw Russell on the Accurate Age tour, he was doing sold out arenas.
Yep.
And I feel like he smashed them, although the acoustics are hard in places like that. But I really like the electricity last night. Like it was really good.
Yeah.
Where we were sat, we had some really vocal, loud, laughing people. Like there was
Maybe a bit too much sometimes. I think.
No, sorry. The best thing was that it wasn't like one person that laughed
was-
the way that there was 2 people that were sitting on our row and one
And
like 2
2
rows
rows in
ahead,
front,
right in front of
yeah.
each other, and they both had the exact same type of laugh
Yeah.
and the exact same volume of laugh, like a loud
super
kind of.
loud.
yeah.
But that actually that was kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
good
kind
for
of
them
fun.
that they don't care, you know?
Maybe they don't know.
Maybe they don't know, yeah.
No. Like you have to know because like all you can hear is them, you know?
No, but then maybe
Like, they
maybe in
have
their
to
life
know.
when someone's like, you got a really really loud laugh, they go, huh, oh yeah, okay, sure. Like you don't really think about it, right? Like
Fair.
they might just be like just plodding through life not knowing, because that laugh was loud as hell.
Yeah, it was really loud.
But it was good and it added to the vibe.
For
and,
sure,
And
for sure.
it was real nice. And we had a good old time. And this time we didn't take any pictures. For once, I must admit, I did feel like I need to take a picture backstage. And we didn't take any pictures with Clayton. We didn't take any pictures with Russell. I never do it from a fanboy point of view. Is because this is like the life I've always kind of
Yeah, for
aspects
sure.
of the life I've always wanted. I do it from a document point of view as opposed to brag. I've got pictures with so many folks that have never made it to my Instagram. But last night when we went backstage, we saw, I mean, I call Russell a king of comedy,
Oh mate,
but we saw one of the actual kings of comedy, shook hands, had a conversation. He radiated beautiful energy, friendliness, happiness. Like it was
Yeah.
different. Like I was looking at him, I was like, I don't think this guy is human. And he may not be because he comes from a different era. Backstage, we walk in last night and I take a little glance. I'm like, I go to Clayton, I was like, is that Cedric the Entertainer? And he just looked like I mean, there are some people that are stars. He looked like a star.
No, Cedric the Entertainer is a superstar. He's a legend.
Bona fide.
In comedy. Like, he's an absolute legend. And just, like, it was, like, I was bugging out. Like, that, I was genuinely starstruck.
Yeah, I was too.
And
I
don't
struggled to look at him. Yeah, I was like,
Really?
no, this
you know
ain't
what's
right.
mad? I shook his hand not even knowing who he was.
Really?
Right, yeah, but your age,
Yeah.
your age.
Yeah, my age.
Because
of
even
course.
I
But
asked
it's-
Neil as well if he knew, and he didn't know, and I showed a picture.
Yeah, I had no idea.
But like,
2.5 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah, so when we were in the cab on the way back, I was looking at his content.
but he's
But
a
yeah.
bona fide legend.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about like Martin Lawrence, when you talk about Steve Harvey,
yeah.
you're talking about like they're known as the kings of comedy.
Yeah.
So Bernie Mac, rest in
But,
peace.
yeah.
So like it was like, I mean, that was incredible. And I wish we'd got a little bit more time with him, but the first kind of like 10, 20 minutes backstage, everyone's like catching up and mingling.
Yeah.
But like, boy, I mean, and I wish I'd got a picture because that's a star. Like that's somebody who is like, it's not even about posting on your Instagram. It's just like, yo, did me, someone like me who glimpsed at Def Comedy Jam, didn't even get a chance to watch it, but got a chance to glimpse at it as a kid because they didn't distribute the show in the UK. To be like, yo, I stood next to that guy. Like that, it would be like standing next to LL Cool J. It's like that.
Yeah.
Like a super mega star from the same era.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like a household name in the culture.
But you know, he was so nice. We were chatting.
So
Super
nice.
nice.
Such
Like,
a lovely
he's
guy.
not been out to Dubai. We were chatting about Dubai.
So you guys had a proper conversation?
Full on. Like, I spoke to him for about 8-9 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. We were chatting about, he was talking to me about like some of the projects he's working on, like he's going into producing that are out. Like there's like a show out on HBO, I think. But we were just talking about that, and he was talking about how it is being a producer versus being front of camera, and you know, like it was just.
Did you get a
Like,
picture?
I didn't want to. I just, it wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd been,
You know what the thing is? It would have been completely fine if you did.
I know it would have been, but
yeah.
it's just.
No, he was taking pictures with a couple
Yeah,
of folks
exactly.
backstage.
That's what I'm saying.
But
And then
the way it was,
Yeah, fair.
I'll tell you why afterwards. Not a bad
Yeah,
thing at all,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it wasn't appropriate. But he was just the nicest guy.
Yeah.
But what I will say, so just going back to the show now, just very quickly, Alingon was there. He did a
Yeah.
great job.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah,
to Alingon
it's
Mitra. And actually,
Such a nice guy.
my big
Yeah.
regret from last time. So Alingon Mitra is the opening act for this global tour. He's done the Daily Show and
Stephen Colbert, yeah.
sorry, forgive me, Stephen Colbert, and another big talent show.
Just for Laughs.
Right.
The Montreal,
Yeah.
I think he did, yeah.
Something. He's extremely talented. But one of my big regrets from the last time that we met him at the arena tour was I thought he was a nice guy. I didn't really get a chance to talk to him too much. But one of the things that I was doing when I was like thinking, obviously Cedric came over and spoke to him as well. But like I got a chance to talk to him properly, and he's like a really, really good dude. Like really, really smart, insightful guy, and I was quite kind of dude that you'd go for a beer with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like he's very, very
Agreed.
insightful cat. Yeah,
Yeah, even this time around, I got, like, last time I spoke to him, but it was like in the corridor and we spoke.
Yeah.
But that was like first time meeting him and stuff. But this time, obviously, we'd met him before, so it was a bit more friendly. And
Yeah.
he's really nice, very down to earth, just as, like, yeah, very smart guy. Just like, you know, the thing is also, he's, I think I said this on the last time we met him, is that, you know, he's quite a polished comedian, you know, like
very polished.
he's been doing it for a number
Yeah.
of years, and
Yeah.
he's like, and
I think he said 10 years last.
I think 10 or 13
yeah,
years.
something like that.
But I would say, I really enjoy his following him on Instagram, because he puts out his clips and they are solid.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
every
they're solid.
every bit he puts out is solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his website is TikTok Comic, right?
Yes.
And then that redirects to his Alingon Mitra one, but he's
Great.
obviously much easier to see TikTok Comic.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I was like, do you know Akash Singh? Do you know Nimesh
Yeah.
Patel? He goes, yeah, we're all like part of this kind of like we're going up on the same kind of like hockey stick curve. So
But him and Akash, I was told you, right? Him, Akash, and, you know, Akash's boys that he talks about, they
Yeah.
went on like tour together. I think in India they went on tour together.
Did they?
Yeah. So they're like peoples.
wow,
Russell was on fire, particularly with his crowd work.
man, Russell's crowd work
was
was
insane.
too good.
Sharp.
Too good. Like,
Yeah.
man, I said to you, I was like, I mean, I actually felt like the Coca-Cola Arena show definitely reminded me of 06 Russell. Like, brilliant.
flow
But this
state.
time, this time his crowd work was, he just, I feel like he just turned it up. He was even more edgy, still within bounds, still within bounds, but like so incredible. And the way, like, and you think about it, right? It's a perfect place for Russell because it's diverse. Like you're going to get somebody from every part of the world in the crowd, and because he is so like culturally aware and he's so nuanced, you know, he has a field day. Man, but people really need to stop taking their phones out at comedy shows.
Yeah,
Mate,
I mean,
sucks.
he had to say he said it way more times at the Coca-Cola arena.
Yeah, and he does it in a nice way as well. You'd
Yeah.
think you wouldn't want to test him. It's like, why? He's just like, put your phone away, honey. You're better than that. That's it.
That
That's like
line,
then just move on.
Yeah,
that
just-
line
yeah,
is
yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's a sick line. And then he just moves on. He like folds it into his bit and his set, and then he just carries on
Yeah.
going. It's really
I mean,
good.
I don't see the point in doing it. You know, like what? I don't see the point.
It's
in
a flex. People are like, oh, I'm here at the Russell show or whatever comedy show. It's just a
trying.
flex.
Yeah.
You know, just be there, enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, his crowd work was good. I think you know, look, that team is slick. You know, they run a tight ship. They've been together for a long time. They just know what they're doing, man. And we go back, and something that you said as well. I can't remember how you phrased it, but when we went backstage, we're like bumping into people that we've seen basically every single time. So there's this like,
Yeah, I said there's a
you know,
fraternity.
a
like,
fraternity. Yeah.
It's like a bunch of people that you only meet in the corridors of Russell Peters shows, and because the Peters brothers like are so generous and they look after everybody, you kind of just feel like you're at their house, whether you're backstage, whether you're at the hotel or whatever. You're just like they just treat you amazing. They connect you to incredible people. I mean, boy, we had a conversation last night that's really not worth like sharing today,
Yeah.
but like we met a dude yesterday. We was like, yo, like. Firstly, small world because we had a big like overlapping phone book with him, but I was like, yo, this is like something really positive could happen as a result of this friendship, or as a result of just the fact that we've seen each other here, and yeah, man, it was really really good. And another guy as well that we met last time. Again, we'll leave names out of it, but he told me that like he's not been in the country too long, and he'd like to make more friends. I said, man, like. If I'd know
24 hours,
24 hours before,
late, yeah.
yeah, if we'd exchanged numbers last time, could have come to my friends, your friends, and got right stuck in. But you know, it's but now of course that's somebody who I'm going to keep high on the list and be like, hey man, we've got an event, come on down. So yeah, just brilliant, really nice to see those kind of friendly faces. So again, you know, thanks to the Peters brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
honestly, thank
Really
you so
just
much.
super nice
Yeah,
and
it's-
showed you like this is your third time around Clayton.
Yeah, third time around Clayton, second time around Russell.
Wow.
And like the mark of how great they are as people, like you know, immediately the second time that you've met Russell or the third time that you've met Clayton, they're willing to like dig in, you know, like, take the mick out of you. And
for sure.
there's that
for
like
sure, for
comfort
sure.
level. That's good as well.
Yeah, it was nice to see that. It was
And
good.
Clayton was a G as well. Like he got the elevator with you and
Yeah,
like, made
yeah,
sure you
no,
got
no,
to the
no, for
bar as
sure.
well.
Yeah.
He's a real
Amazing
old
guy,
school
yeah.
gent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So big up to him. Also, if you scroll back through the previous episodes of Raj Kotecha show, there is an early episode with Clayton Peters. Highly recommended.
Yeah, very good.
Hopefully, you know, at some point we can talk to different guys in that crew because they're also interesting. So
There's a bunch of really very, very smart guys in that crew.
Yeah.
It'd be great to speak to them.
Yeah.
they told me as well, like, you know, because I'm supposed to be going to London on the 20th, but they've got a show on the 21st. And, you know, we'll look at it. Me and Vic will have a conversation about that.
Yeah.
But, like, maybe we might try and slide over to one of them. I think seeing him in England would be a good...
Different, yeah,
First,
yeah,
for the first
yeah.
24 hours you land could be something quite nice. Do you know what I mean? So that's it. So big up to the whole crew there. And, of course, starting from scratch was on fire. What's up next?
Yeah, we can just give a quick little shout out to Taco Stars. So we went there on Tuesday. We got there a little bit later than the last time because we were working till like mad late. So we were able to pass through for about an hour. But second time there, just a great bunch of people, great bunch of dudes and guys and girls. And yes, I like that vibe, man. They're a good bunch of people.
Yeah, big up to Will Hutton as well.
Well, yeah, first time I'd met him.
Yeah, so he's a cat that is kind of like connected to the VaynerMedia like crew, and we crossed paths a couple of times in that world. We got a chance to like properly kick it. Super smart guy. Met his wife and his mom as well. So yeah, like big up to him, like running a big agency out here, and just generally like what Gary's doing over at Taco Stars is cool. It was really busy this time. It was like it must have been 20-25% busier than even last time.
Yeah, I think so.
Why do you reckon they don't get a bigger venue?
Maybe it's just a comfort thing, right?
Yeah.
like
Because it's a
your
great
reg-
venue,
your
great
reg-
community, but,
yeah, but I think
hard to get around in that
the
space.
venue's a bit awkwardly shaped, but I think it's just might just be like a comfort thing. The theme is taco and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So maybe,
yeah.
maybe that's what it is, and he just got a good deal with them probably. So
Yeah. And he was, Gary was obviously bubbling, full of life, and doing his thing. So no, it's good to go there. Again, we love other event organizers in the city that are doing things and being successful on any scale. So, look up for Taco Stuff, look out for them and go and support them. They've also got an NFT in the market.
Yeah.
We don't endorse it. It's not financial advice, but they're doing some cool, interesting stuff. Of course, they're a tech community, so they're going to be in that space. Next up,
shall I talk about my weekend?
please do. Yeah. Did you
went
do
out-
anything really masculine?
Nothing too masculine. No, I just went to see a Maroon 5 concert in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, even with a deep voice. It's like,
It doesn't work, does it? Yeah. So we went to Abu Dhabi for the weekend. It's our first time back. For anyone that's listening, I used to live there for some time, and it's nice to go back. And we went because we got tickets to the Maroon 5 concert at the Etihad Arena. And I'll just jump straight into it. Like, it wouldn't have been my first choice or my proactive choice to buy tickets to go see Maroon 5. It was my wife's choice, and we took Ine, our son, and it's his first concert. But I can't underestimate. I definitely underestimated how good that show would be. Maroon 5 have got hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. It was an hour and a half.
It's like CrossFit.
It's like CrossFit.
See what I did?
That's good.
Well,
Hit after hit after hit.
There was 2 times that there wasn't a hit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But like an hour and a half of just straight fire. It's mad. And it was rammed. The whole place was
I'm
rammed.
sure. Is it also the
Rammed.
first big event at the Etihad Arena?
It's their first time in the UAE.
Maroon 5?
Yeah.
Oh.
They've been
But
touring.
I'm saying Etihad Arena in general. Has there been
Oh.
another big
Well,
thing
Russell sold
Russell
it out.
did.
Oh,
Russell
true,
opened
true.
it last year.
He opened it.
Oh, he
maybe.
might have opened it.
Yeah, he opened it
yeah.
last year. Whenever
Yeah.
that was, November, October, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look, dude, it was mad. And you asked if I did anything masculine, but there was a representation of basically everyone there, old, young,
sure.
male, female, kids, groups of guys, groups of girls, just mixed groups, everything. I didn't get it at first.
And all of them were going down the beach, being pulled by dogs on rollerblades.
Yeah, that's a very niche reference. That one, very niche reference. Where's my UK crew over 40 that will get that? But yeah, look, it was vibe. It was good. And Adam Levine, I mean, they're like a legitimate rock band.
Yeah,
and
they're
he's a
super.
rock star. 20 years in the game. Yeah, it's fire. And then, but
What was the ticket price?
I can't remember, but it wasn't cheap.
North of 400?
Yeah, dirhams.
Per?
Yeah. It was pricey. It was pricey.
Cheapest tickets or middle?
No, we got middle kind of
Okay,
average.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
okay.
But I think the numbers kind of make sense because Maroon 5 to a Maroon 5 fan, because of the size of act they are, is the equivalent of Jay-Z to a Jay-Z fan. That's how I
100%.
think about it.
Yeah, they're huge.
And so if Jay-Z came along and was doing a show in the UAE and they were it's 400, 500, 600, and I don't mean to brag, I'm just talking about how I would express my fandom. I wouldn't even think twice about it to see Hove here. So,
And Adam Levine's on TV. He did that. He either did The Voice or one of them shows.
Yeah,
He's-
I don't
he's
know
a-
if it's even that. You're right. They are just a hit-making
they're
group.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did. I mean, they
Yeah.
did Super Bowl, so they're a huge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that many hits, an hour and a half worth of hits, and every single song.
What was his
Yeah.
his segues and his crowd talking and all that? Did he do much of it?
Not a lot.
Really?
Not a lot. He did. It was basically all hype, apart from 2 records, which he did
She Will
acoustic.
Be Loved.
100%. That was the only record that I'd expected to be acoustic, and he killed that. And then he
Wow.
stopped singing, and the crowd just carried it on.
Yeah.
And then he did Payphone acoustic.
Did he?
But the rest,
Really?
and he spoke a little bit to the crowd. Oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
First time here. All that kind of stuff, but very little.
Yeah.
But then all they did was just go from one record to the next, to the next, to the next. It's like a Spotify playlist, but live.
Wow.
Mad.
That's
So
sick.
anyway, so then before that, so we were with some of our friends that from Abu Dhabi. So we went for dinner, and we went for dinner in Yas Bay, which is the new pier. They call it Pier 71. It's behind the new Hilton Hotel, right next to Etihad Arena. I sent you some videos of it. That place is outstanding as well. Like, it was phenomenal. So what it is, it's basically a massive long pier, and it's got a whole bunch of food spots, bars and restaurants, and basically a whole bunch of F&B outlets. So when you go there, there's Buddha Bar's got Trilogy there. They've got a cantina. They've got a massive Asia, and they've got an Akibadori. So
Nice.
we ate dinner at Akibadori.
Again.
All licensed.
Wow, big up Samar.
Really? All
Yeah,
licensed?
All licensed.
Yeah.
That's new for Abu Dhabi.
All licensed. And then they've
That's
got
good.
like a Cafe Del Mer, it's called, and it's a beach club. So they made a beach. Like, this whole place
Cafe
didn't
Del
exist.
Mir or Cafe Del Mar? It's not Cafe Del Mar.
Not Mar, Meare, I think it is. They've basically built a fake beach, cabanas, the whole thing, and it's a beach club. And
That's
you go in,
pretty
they
sick.
do like a Saturday brunch for like $4.99, that kind of vibe.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So we ate at Akibadori. I saw Hirsch there, the guy who owns Rubaru.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was eating at Akibadori, so when I
Yeah.
said hello to him.
Can one of you write down Rubaru as well? I need to speak to both of you about
Yeah,
that.
all right, cool. So yeah, we went over there. I said, what's up to him? So we went to Akibadori,
Yeah.
went to the show, then went to Lighthouse afterwards, which is just there on that Pier 71.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. That place is a vibe. Abu Dhabi needed something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I want to see it again. The thing about Abu Dhabi is, whilst I don't really necessarily like going anywhere outside downtown Business Bay, Abu Dhabi is like, I do find that if I don't go there for a prolonged period of time, that I do want to go there. Specifically like Saadiyat, and Yas is a cool vibe as well. I'm super in love with Saadiyat, but like, yeah, man, that's great. I'm glad to hear it, and I'm glad that that area, which is basically adjacent to where you used to live,
Yeah.
is so lively right now, because
Yes.
for all those residents around there, that's going to be so
Yeah, for sure.
nice.
Yas Island is a, is going to be a place to be like a force to be reckoned with.
Did you live on Yas Island?
No, I live near I lived in Al Raha Beach, so it's right near Yas Island.
And is
From
that
my
is that its
balcony-
own island as well?
No, it's
on the
part of
mainland.
mainland Abu Dhabi. But if you remember, from my balcony, we had like the water view, right?
Yeah,
and
I
you could
totally
see
remember. Yeah, yeah.
Ferrari, and you could see all of that. But Yas Island's got Waterworld coming up. Oh no, SeaWorld coming up. The Warner Brothers hotel has just opened. Then it's got Ferrari. It's got the F1. It's got Waterworld, which we went to on Saturday. It's got the Warner Brothers actual theme park.
Yeah.
It's got 2454 coming there. It's got the Hilton. It's got Pier 71. It's got Etihad Arena. That place is popping. Man.
Also, a bunch of schools now there.
On Yas Island. Oh, really?
No, not necessarily
Yas
Yas, but also Saadiyat. Like, they're all.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like far from each other. It's like.
Yeah. So yeah, listen, man. That place is. It's no joke now, man. It's really, really nice.
Nice.
It's a vibe. You'll love it. You'll love it. We'll go down there.
Nice. It might not be this side of the summer, unfortunately.
No, be after.
No,
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
After.
after. But anyway, we'll definitely get over there. Next up, well, I guess that's the whole week for us. That's the whole week in
Yeah.
terms of where we've been out and about. It's been a quick one, but it's not over yet, because tomorrow we have the Creative Content for Brand Building workshop, a workshop that we have built. It's somewhat, it's of course 85-90% based on the 4 P's of content: plan, produce, publish, promote. But now it's definitely the greatest version I've ever seen. I need to show it to you, Vic. I showed it to Alex
Yeah.
yesterday. He loved it. But
It's
like,
crazy. It's good.
but it's now got the magic factor of, arguably the world's best course creator or course creator advisor, who's worked on it with us, that we've engaged for about 6-7 weeks now, and I'm really excited to share it with the world. Of course, there's nothing you can do about it, because by the time you hear this podcast, we'll have already done it. It's literally I was just saying to the guys, we'll be walking out of that hotel in 24 hours.
Yeah.
But that's something to look forward to. Next up.
So let's get to some news from the week. And hot off the press, not your news, but it's the Twitter deal is temporarily on hold. So as we were looking at what we're going to be talking about today,
The Twitter deal being specifically Elon
Elon
Musk's
Musk.
$44 billion takeover of Twitter.
so the article that you sent me, which for some reason I've lost now, but I've actually got Elon's tweet. He said, Twitter deal temporarily on hold pending details supporting calculation that spam or fake accounts do indeed represent less than 5% of users. And that he tweeted on the 13th of May, Friday the 13th, at 1:44 p.m., I suppose, Eastern time or whatever. No, our time.
Our time,
Our time, yeah.
So,
I don't
but
I
wait,
don't
now
actually
I'm
understand
confused, because
that. I don't understand it.
I glanced over that story before we started recording today, and I thought, okay, over bots and whatnot. So I thought maybe the company's overvalued, because a lot of the valuation is the main value. One of the big things in valuation of a tech company is DAUs and MAUs, daily active users and monthly active users. And if that number is artificially inflated because of bots, then that means that the price associated to that acquisition is overinflated. But you're telling me that it's pending the fact that it is in fact under 5%. Why would you highlight the fact that it's under?
This is what
No
I mean.
idea.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I've not read enough about it.
Yeah.
Just at a glance, looking at his tweet, I don't know. I don't know what
It'd
that
be
means.
interesting to see, is this like a self-sabotaging move on his part? Is there an independent auditor that's making a case that it should not continue on behalf of Twitter or on behalf of Elon? Is it to do with just the court of public opinion not wanting it? Has the board managed to synchronize in a way that they've not managed to synchronize before? But it's interesting that at this late stage, I mean, look, we were never at a stage where Elon buying Twitter was done.
Yeah,
it was never done.
No, not at all. I think a lot of people thought the deal was done.
I think if you read headlines, you're going to think that it's going to go through, especially when you've got somebody who's like in pop culture is considered such a powerful person. You think that he's going to be able to pull it off. But from a technical point of view, of course, there's going to be a lot of due diligence and stuff like that. A lot of chances where the deal might be jeopardized. So this is very new. About 11 minutes before we started really recording the show, we got that information. So let's keep an eye on that. I think that's worth following. But it's really particularly worth following when you think about the gumbo pot that it's mixed in with the fact that crypto's just had an insane week. There's been stable coins that have effectively gone from being worth $1 to being worth $0, and then you've got the tech stocks up and down or down and down. So it's for the first time in a long time, now let me really think about this. For the second time in a short time, not the first time in a long time, the veneer of Silicon Valley has started to be chipped away. If you look at the amount of people that left Silicon Valley for Miami, for Texas, for other interesting places around the world, Malta, Portugal, places that are very, very tempting. Dubai, for sure, is one of those places that's managed to engage the tech community. And that's something as a result of like 2020 and what impact that had on people. And then now this as well. And then, of course, you just combine it with all like the bad actor behavior of like the whole Trump campaign and how that worked out, and Twitter bots and people getting involved. Tech as an industry is definitely going through a bit of a slump on all fronts, PR, the money side of it. So, let's keep watching the space. What else has caught our eyes?
The World of Engineering put out a tweet with an experiment around the use of hashtags.
My brother-in-law, Wes, sent this over. So just describe for folks that are listening what the experiment was.
Right. So the experiment was two different tweets, one with the use of a hashtag and one without. So it's World of Engineering, and they tweeted, if you want more reach on Twitter, don't use, and then they wrote hashtags with a hashtag. Experiment 2 of 2. The first part of that experiment was, if you want more reach on Twitter, don't use hashtags without the hashtag. So it's exactly the same text, but just without the hashtag.
Okay.
And then when they've got to...
So let's just go be clear. Just read the words out.
If you want more reach on Twitter, don't use hashtags, the word hashtags.
Okay. And on the word hashtags, on one version, they put a hashtag in front of the word hashtags.
Correct.
And on the second version, they
Just
just wrote it
hashtags.
without... they wrote the word hashtag without the physical hashtag in front of it. What are the numbers and the reach like in both scenarios?
So on the one without the hashtag in front of the word hashtags, 252,000 impressions. And on the one with hashtag in front of the word hashtags, 125,000 impressions. So basically half.
Wow. And that's coming from a popular account, so there's a lot more like data there. You can't take any of these things as gospel, but what I would say as far as the takeaway is concerned is that if we're at the end of hashtags, it's pretty obvious to see why, which is that hashtags are just like a combination of a very easy way to make a hyperlink so that anybody else using the hashtag, it draws a string and shows you all of the people that are talking about that subject. It also acts as like a punctuation. You definitely notice this with like boomers, like people that are like in their 40s and 50s and like the losers.
YOLO.
Yeah, like not the losers. That's a bit harsh. But like maybe the people that didn't manage to exactly, they didn't manage to figure out exactly how to use a hashtag in its truest sense. But they use it as just kind of like put a hashtag in front of everything, and that's not going to be. Somebody said something incredible the other day. Oh, of course, Vic and I were on a call, and we were talking about a piece of technology, and the guy said, I said, what do you think about this piece of technology? Because my master's was in technology management with a focus on acquisition and strategy. How do you acquire technology and what's the strategy behind it? And he said, it only works. Well, actually, he was using Slack. He was talking about Slack, which is super popular. He goes, it only works if everybody uses it the same. So something which is so versatile is only effective if everybody is using the channels in the same way, if everybody is sharing in the same way, if everyone's making soft decisions about what should be shared and what shouldn't be shared and why and how. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. And what Twitter doesn't need and what a lot of these social media platforms don't need is necessarily the user to decide what's worthy of a hashtag and what's not. Because Twitter and YouTube and so many social media platforms now are reading your content anyway to feed the algorithm to decide who it should be suggested to. So really, do we need stupid humans to make the decision about what hashtag should be used? Or do we just let the algorithms figure out? And the algorithms have all of your data, they triangulate your interests, and they triangulate it with every other person that's using the internet, and they figure out kind of where you rank, and then they subsequently share your content with other people. So maybe we don't need hashtags like that anymore. Maybe better descriptions or optimized descriptions, or just doing nothing and just letting it do what it does is plenty.
Yeah, so I it's really interesting because with the hashtags, when hashtags were like the thing for discovery or whatever, it's because there was only hashtags, right?
Yeah.
There was nothing else. There was no like real, I mean, there was product innovation, but not like what we have now. So now
There wasn't emojis,
there was
right?
an emoji.
Which
There was
pack a punch of information.
So there was
emojis.
there was emojis is a really good example, but in terms of like product innovation, at the time hashtags were the only thing that would allow for really good discovery and also good search. Now we're in a place where hashtags becoming less and less or more redundant and less important as they can read the descriptions, as emojis become something more and more in descriptions, as the platforms, what's the right word, reward the creators based on using the platform, as we've discussed many times, using reels to shoot into reels and using the text overlays and things like that. So therefore hashtags now have like in terms of ranking start to drop down and down and down for people to be discovered or for people to search. So I think that's a big thing. As the products are becoming more innovative, they're bringing new features in. That's why hashtags are becoming less relevant.
I still think hashtags is a big part. It helps a lot of people discover things they're into, like Instagram posts and things. Because if you, like Raj was saying, if you only leave it up to the algorithm, then how can you yourself search for a topic you want?
It's a good point.
That's a really good point.
It's a good point. Yeah. Is from a ranking point of view, it's we're trying to optimize it. What we're trying to optimize it for? We're trying to optimize it for discovery. And
Because
on the other side of discovery is search.
Yeah.
Because the algorithm will only show you a certain amount of posts, suggested posts per day. But if you want to search a certain topic, you can just type in hashtag, whatever the word, and every single post with the hashtag will come up.
Have you ever tried searching for a topic on, say, Instagram without a hashtag in front of it?
Accounts will come up on Instagram.
Accounts come up.
Yeah.
But
Well,
posts come up.
you can look.
Posts come up, accounts come up. So you'll get.
No, if
good
you do a
point.
search, if you do a search,
you
it
get
says
everything,
like,
right? Accounts, posts.
try it on your phone now if you've got it with you. When you type something in, it says, "Would you like to see it from the point of view of people, accounts?"
People, accounts,
Oh,
hashtags.
true,
everything.
true.
Yeah.
And places and all.
So
like,
now,
yeah.
hashtags are part of what is offered from searching using a keyword without a hashtag. So therefore, you can still search for what you want, what you might be interested in, without the hashtag. Without the hashtag.
Yeah, but let's say, okay, so I looked up football. It'll give me suggested. Yeah, it'll give me. Yeah, okay, fair. It'll give me posts about football. Okay,
Look at the top.
fair.
Look at the menu options at the top.
Yeah, there's so the first thing you get led to is just a bunch of posts about the word you wrote, and then there's accounts, then there's audio, tags, and places.
There you
And
go.
audio also doesn't need the word. It will suggest you audio from football videos. And
Yeah,
things
the audio will be tagged, like it will have metadata
Yeah, okay,
that says
fair then.
football. Yeah. So hashtags,
there we go. You don't really need hashtags anymore then.
scrap them.
Scrap them.
We don't need them anymore.
Hashtag rest in peace.
There you go. Good one.
Nice, full circle. I'm coming with them today.
Yeah,
These are nice integrated ones. Okay. Speaking of which, talking about Instagram, big news for 2 Instagram accounts at least, which is that we have now seen the beginning of NFTs on Instagram. Exactly where you'd expect to see them, which is of course, when you land on somebody's Instagram page, you have access to their regular posts, you have access to their reels, you have access to their videos, and there is a little hexagon. I don't know if it's hexagon. I don't know what the number is. I don't. It's all based on the number of sides.
It's
or
a
whatever.
hexagon.
Is it really?
Six sides.
Six sides, yeah.
Nice, good. 666. So it's a hexagon, and it's you click on it, and that's where you'll be able to show off your shiny NFTs once the crypto universe stops melting and going down the sewer. So there's 2 accounts at the moment that have it. Alex, you said you've seen
Yes.
you made us aware of them. The first one is the CEO, Maseri,
Yeah.
who's actually said that the hashtag that he's displaying there on his wall is something that the folks at Instagram have had access to in the first instance, like the team that have worked on it. The other account is one with very few followers, which is called?
The other one, no, so that's the creator of the NFT. The one
So
that
Lucas Law, LOHR, is the creator.
is the creator, but his account is private, so you can't see if he has the NFT.
Yeah, but the 2 accounts that they're openly using right now to display the NFTs on, one is Maseri, who's the
One
CEO
is
of Instagram,
Maseri,
and the other one
and
is
the other one is
IG.
IG something.
Right,
I think I sent you the post.
you did, but my phone's being used to record the podcast.
Yeah, true. IG.cbx.
IG.cbx. Okay. so
No, I was saying I sent you the post as I could check our DMs.
Yeah.
Not as in
right.
use your phone. Come on. No.
I had it like, look, if you're not busy,
No.
if you're not doing anything, just So it was. So that's where it is at the moment. I think that's it's going to be the first significant mainstream place. Like going to where users are has always been a really good strategy when it comes to innovation and launching something, whether it be a piece of content or a piece of technology. And Instagram having something in such a valuable piece of real estate as your media choices on someone's Instagram homepage shows a definite commitment to the NFTs and all the things that will follow it. So really now, if you've never been into NFTs or you've never been too keen on it, now I feel like for the first time ever, the barrier to entry is going to become really, really low, because soon you're going to start seeing on certain accounts that hexagon show up. And then what's going to happen is people are going to want it. And what's also interesting as well is, would you pay to have that on your Instagram?
Would I pay it, like you're saying hypothetically, if I had to pay to put an NFT out?
Yeah, so let's say we will allow you to have an NFT gallery on your Instagram. It will cost you the equivalent of, $5 a month in Ethereum, whatever the price of Ethereum is at that time. But $5 effective fiat.
Yeah.
Would you pay it?
I think so.
I think so too.
I mean, why not?
If there was a marketplace behind it, I'd pay it too. If I could get $5 and access to a one-click marketplace, I would 100% pay it, because then I would straight away release my own NFTs on there. I know that I'll make my own subscription money back. And actually what will happen is, if they give you your own wallet, you don't even need to worry about going from fiat or MetaMask and paying Instagram. Instagram will have its own balance of yours that they'll be holding, which I'm sure they'll want to do.
Yeah.
And then they'll be able to do it. And what was also interesting as well about the blockchains that they chose, of course Ethereum, but also
Polygon.
Wow.
Smart,
I've been bullish on Polygon for so long.
You have. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and a lot of people hate on it. A lot of people say that the blockchain isn't that good, and it can be buggy and slow, but I don't know, man. I just feel like Polygon was so early on OpenSea. It was just a signal that blockchain was going to be something. And the fact that it's one of the blockchains that Instagram is using, and by the way, Instagram being such a creative place, you'd think, okay, maybe Solana or something like that, but no.
Yeah, nothing. Just
straight up Polygon.
But fair enough. It's what most people know.
There could also be more NFTs. I mean, obviously, we debate these things retrospectively, but these guys spend millions of dollars researching it before they make the decision.
They know, yeah.
But they must have thought, okay, well, what are the two big kind of blockchains on the biggest marketplace in the world, which is OpenSea? And they see Ethereum and they see Polygon. They go, well, why reinvent these two wheels?
Yeah.
Ethereum is the premium luxury one. Polygon is the pound shop version. Off we go. Do you know what I mean? Or the dollar shop version. Yeah, so that's it. So keep an eye on that. Early days, but I've no doubt, especially as we head into, maybe even as early as sports season, back end of the year, fourth quarter of the year, we might start seeing a little bit more integration. So let's see what happens with that. What else?
So we found out a little while ago, or a couple of days ago, that Emirates launches premium economy seats. It's only for selected destinations, so that's London, Paris, and Sydney for now, and it's not going to be until August the 1st. There's nothing about pricing or
Nothing.
anything like that.
Nope.
But they have said that they can rival most other airlines' business class.
I'll give that to them.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all.
Because when you think about it, if you take another country's business tickets, it's not what you're getting on Etihad or Emirates.
Yeah, true.
Like business class Emirates is a level ahead of most business classes in other countries. So I think they'll do it.
Yeah,
And
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
What if they'd just said that economy was the one they've launched, and the economy that we're used to, they just called sub-economy.
Nah, they can't be doing that to people.
Because even Emirates economy is like premium economy on Virgin or British Airways.
Exactly.
So like they've kind of created a whole other category. It'd be interesting to see what comes with it as well, though, in terms of like food, jumping
There's
the
a
line.
picture, I think, of food. But I mean,
it?
they're also like, there we go.
Oh, right. Yeah, but that's just like a stock photo or whatever. You know,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
gonna-
That's why I don't know if that's what.
It's a stock banana.
No, there's no banana, unfortunately.
I think there'll be perks.
Yeah,
Not
for
business
sure.
class perks, but I'm sure you'll get, you get quicker, like, faster lines, get
There's
queue-
also
what's it
probably
called?
like,
Queue fast or whatever it's called.
yeah, there's also probably going to be, definitely will be less seats. So like, just less crowded, just like things like that. Maybe more quiet.
It's going to mean a lot more money for influencers.
Yeah, because it's not, it doesn't have to be business class.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing. When we talk about going places and stunting and taking pictures, when people board Emirates on business class, it's almost a parody of itself now, how people take a picture of the screen, the wood grain around the screen, the wood grain around the window as you're looking outside. So now to have like another version, there's a lot of people that look at that. Even me, I'll be dead ass honest with you. I look at people flying business class and I go, I could justify flying business class on a couple of trips. Like I did New York. I went to Toronto business and came back from New York here business, paid out my own pocket, was completely worth it. 14 hours or something like that. But now if there's like an interim one, I'd be like well up for that. And I would actually probably fly longer. Like if they launch that, I don't know if they're going to launch it on the A777, but if they launch that on the A777 and now you could fly to Nairobi or Cape Town, I'd be like, why not? I don't like flying the A777 to those locations anyway, but if they upgrade it and they make it a little bit nicer, it's cool because you get the best of both worlds. You don't get the high price point of business, but you get some of that Instagrammable glitz and glamour and maybe some privileges. Maybe you get, if you do a bunch of them, you end up going to Silver Emirates or...
Yeah, you'll get more points and all that kind of stuff. The only thing is it just depends on the price, right? Because the same thing, like you could justify the price of a business class trip to Toronto and New York because of the flight time. But, like Nairobi's like 4 hours from here.
Wait, sorry, go ahead, please.
So if Nairobi's like 4 hours from here, and depending on the price differential between premium economy and a normal economy, and for a 4 hour flight, would you be like, oh, well, I'll just stick with economy, depending on like the difference. So I think that's what we've got to wait for.
I'm prepared to take a punt now. I think I just figured out a question that we were talking about before the show started, which is how much will it cost? I think I know the price.
What?
The price of a premium economy ticket on Emirates will be the equivalent price of the upgrade only email that you get to business when you buy economy. So if you've flown economy before on Emirates, now and again they'll say, hey, listen, we'll upgrade you to business. It typically costs, like just real like back of a handkerchief maths, it will always typically cost you about $100 or more per hour of flight time. So if you've already bought a flight to New York City, they might say to you, we'll charge you $1,400 to upgrade your ticket. So in your mind, you're like, well, I'm in the air for 14 hours. They're asking for $1,400. It's $100 an hour. Is it worth it? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And for a lot of people, it is. So I think that's probably what it's going to be. Because that price point, they already tap you up at that price point. And it makes a lot of sense to people. And it's so interesting because it almost works at all levels. Like, again, you're talking about Nairobi, right? It might be like 4 hours away, 5 hours away. But if you're red-eyeing or you just want the experience, let's say you're going for a holiday and you thought, well, I get for $500 extra, I get to kind of quote unquote start my holiday a little bit early. I think that's what it's going to be because business class will always be 2 to 3 times you were saying, right?
I think it's 2.5 times the price of an economy ticket.
Yeah, which is a big gulf between the two prices.
Yeah,
but
it
maybe the
is.
equivalent of like, I think that's what it is. I'm going to go on record and say Emirates Premium Economy will probably be around $100 per flight hour over and above. And then that's before like discounts and special offers and things
that
that
makes
nature.
sense.
Yeah. Cool. Well, big up Emirates. They continue to kill it. I'm flying to London next weekend, and I am already struggling to not fly Emirates. The price difference is 1/3, so I will not be flying Emirates to London. I'd rather have the money. But the, it's hard. It's hard. I don't think I've clicked on another airline unless I've gone somewhere budget, but I don't think I've ever clicked on another airline since I've effectively moved to Dubai.
Yeah, other airlines just don't appeal to. I mean, I've flown Etihad when I was living in Abu Dhabi, but other airlines just don't appeal to me.
Yeah.
They just don't.
Fair enough. I mean, I feel like once you get to Etihad and Emirates, the other ones are...
They're
What else is
substandard.
good?
Yeah, I mean, substandard,
no, like, I
not
mean-
really, because Emirates and Etihad are exceptions compared to the rest of the
Well, then by
airlines.
virtue of that, the others are substandard.
But you know what's weird? Though? I
Yeah,
feel
but
like a
yeah,
lot of
fair.
I know
airline
your point,
companies,
but
Yeah,
I get it.
Emirates aren't magicians. Like, they just do their job well.
They just do it well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Like,
no,
I
I
can't
agree,
think of
I
any
agree,
other
I agree, I
airline that
agree.
if they just got their act together, couldn't offer what Emirates offers. Now, on the back end, where the how
Yeah, who
the
knows?
business is
Yeah.
funded and things like that, these are different airlines of different ages with different tax exposure and things of that nature. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like Emirates really does set the standard worldwide.
Yeah.
And I've flown Etihad less. I've flown it a little bit, but Emirates really does set the standard. And Emirates is its own movement. Emirates is when you're flying Emirates, from the ticket, from when you walk into your terminal, the signage, the lounges, should you use them, they're just incredible, man. I just love it.
I've never been Emirates.
For real.
Yeah,
Oh, you never flown Emirates?
Etihad only.
Wow.
Well, I've done
Damn
more
it,
than
yo.
just
Emirates is
Etihad, but
wicked.
I've never out of Etihad and Emirates only Etihad.
Oh well.
Well,
Yeah.
you've got that to look forward to.
Yeah. One day.
It's always a good flight. Okay, so I guess that kind of wraps up where we've been, or that wraps up the news from the week. Content recommendations.
There's one.
Have you not got any
No.
at all? You don't watch any content this week, is basically what you're telling me.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Well, Neil's been
I
on
mean,
his phone all
a
week.
group chat.
Neil, what would you recommend content-wise?
Come to the mic.
What have you seen that you
Come.
like? You can move your chair forward. I don't
Yeah,
need to
come.
fall and then hit your chin.
Miss the mic.
Yeah.
But come a bit closer to the mic so we can hear you there. Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I haven't really got any recommendations.
Have you seen any have you listened to anything? Have you watched any videos? Have you seen anything on TV that you want to recommend to people?
I haven't been watching much.
No.
No.
No YouTube.
No.
You've been working too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say okay, cool. Listen, there's a couple of bits and pieces that I've seen. Of course, this week the whole hip hop world came to a standstill because you had the first single, which I think was called The 5 Hearts. I'm just going to give that a quick Google.
Yeah, I think
But
it
Kendrick
was.
Lamar had this song, I think it was called the 5 Heart,
The Heart Part 5.
The Heart Part 5. Incredible, great song, but I don't think I've listened to the song on Spotify once. I've definitely watched the video a handful of times.
Yeah.
And obviously, coming off the back of that, his new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, I'm very excited about that. We had a packed, we were out till 4 o'clock last night. We were recording again at 9 this morning. So we've not had time to listen to the Kendrick album, but that's definitely something that we're going to be doing. So that would be my content recommendations. And then just looking at my YouTube history.
I can
what
give
did
you a
see?
content recommendation
Please.
real quick. I watched the Ronaldo documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, Ine just what?
Yeah, so I actually thought about watching it because I saw him watching it.
Oh,
at
right.
yours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
What's it about?
There's
Just as
there's
a-
this guy. He's a footballer.
I don't know
No,
if you've heard
what
his-
aspect of his life?
That was good.
Yeah, I got one in. No, I've not seen it, but it's like a documentary about his current, current life. Or
I mean, there wasn't a lot of footage of when he was younger,
Right.
just because a parent wouldn't be filming their kid back in, whenever he was born. 37 now. You can do the math.
Thank you. But I think it's just a point of view of his life.
Yeah,
currently.
just his whole football career from when they started filming it, and it's
Oh, so that's the angle. It's like a Jesus type documentary.
yeah, exactly.
Or Genius, sorry.
Genius.
and he gives commentary as well.
Yeah.
And, he's solo to camera. He's talking. He's
No,
saying,
it's-
"Look, this is how
it's
it
good.
is. This is how I feel. This is what happens.
Mm.
This is my life, basically." So I think it's pretty interesting. I've seen
Yeah,
bits of
no.
it.
It is interesting, but not a big sports guy, so I don't know how you would
Well,
like
here's the
it,
thing.
but
I don't know Michael Jordan from a hole in the wall, to be honest. The only
did
reason
you watch?
No, well, I stayed in Chicago when I was 19.
Oh.
And I remember when I went to Chicago O'Hare Airport, there's about 7 stories, and every single story in the airport is named after one of their famous, because it's not just basketball that they're good at. They've got a team for every sport, big American sport. And I remember thinking to myself, yeah, like, Chicago Bulls. And then it was also one of the iconic logos of my youth,
Yeah, of
like
course.
having Chicago Bulls on a hat.
Yeah.
So I watched that documentary and I quite enjoyed it. And I would quite happily watch a documentary about dude like Ronaldo.
I
had
think
no
you should,
issue whatsoever, because
because
he's
you-
also built a big brand. Which,
Yes, exactly. And
there's lots to
also
skim from that.
his dedication and like how hard he works to like get where he is today.
Because it's not really just about the football. It's not about the sport. You're not watching a football match. You're watching a documentary about a guy who's basically the best at what he does.
who literally went from nothing.
And that's something just to kind of learn from or whatever, right? So
Yeah, for sure.
A couple of other things, actually. I did see, finally I got round to it because it came up on my feed, Pete Davidson on Kanye West on Netflix as a
we
joke.
spoke about it the
festival.
other day, right?
I didn't watch it.
Did we speak about it or did we?
Well, I told you, I that should have been my content recommendation. It's like a 3.5 minute bit or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Actually, really funny.
I thought it was trash.
I saw
thought it
clips
was
of it.
funny.
I didn't see the whole thing.
I didn't laugh once.
I don't do it like a spoiler, but
Well, you told me the jokes, but I feel like even if you'd not told me the jokes, they wouldn't have caught me off guard
no,
enough.
I didn't tell you the jokes. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
tell
did.
the jokes.
He said that his doctor said that he's not got AIDS. He just looks like he's got AIDS.
No, you would have heard that on another podcast that I've listened to as well. I can't remember which one. We both heard the same podcast, it seems. I remember telling you that it's on there. We were in the middle of something. I didn't tell you the jokes, but there was one joke that he said. He goes, I wonder if Kanye will do a Mrs. Doubtfire. Now, that was funny. That I thought was a really good bit.
I didn't see that bit, but I saw a few other clips on Instagram, which
Yeah,
I
loads.
did not laugh at.
I don't know. I've not thought Pete Davidson is particularly funny.
I think he's a bit
Just
like
on
just
and off
like,
and whatever.
I don't
But
know.
that little piece I thought was good.
I'm sure when he does, I'm sure he's great at sketch. I've never seen him do stand up before, but I watched it and I was like, the Mrs. Doubtfire moment was pretty funny, to be honest. That was all right. But yeah, overall, I didn't quite like it, and I think maybe because I just don't care too much about the high level storyline as well. Do you know what I mean? I just need Kanye to make music, and everybody else, I'm not really interested in their lives. But yeah, I watched it. I thought it was cool, and also from the last week as well. Kevin Samuels passed away. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah, I heard about that.
He's like a relationship coach, dating expert. Became very controversial because he could sometimes cross the line in terms of aggressiveness, in terms of bluntness of his opinion. And if his opinion's not right, the blunter he serves it, the more not right it feels. So he wasn't loved by everybody. Certainly that you could sense that when he passed away, that he wasn't loved by everybody. But yeah, he passed away, and yeah, rest in peace to him, because actually, as polarizing as he was, he really was somebody who stood out. And I'm not saying that I agreed with everything that he said. There's a collective of people that are categorized in the toxic masculinity movement. Jordan Peterson being another. I don't believe that any of them are, but I can see why the case has been put together. And yeah, he passed away, which is quite shocking. 57 years old.
Yeah, like just like all of a sudden, right? Just kind of.
Yeah. He was on IG Live not
Yeah.
too much earlier than when he passed away. Or well, like he was on IG Live in a very reasonable short period of time before he passed away, and now he's gone. So yeah, that was it's not a content recommendation, but it's just a bit of shocking news.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
Shout outs.
Well, we did a bunch of shouts
Yeah.
earlier.
From
So like everyone at
my friends,
your friends, Russell's crew, everyone there. But that's it.
Yeah, thank you everybody who helped out this week.
Oh, let
Thank
me do
you,
one
Neil.
shout out. Shout out to Neil, Mr.
Yeah.
Neil
Right.
Parrick.
He's on Instagram, but I'm sure we can bring him back to the show if we need to.
Yeah, bring him back to life. Yeah,
what
shout out to Neil.
app were you on?
Instagram.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That's what it means to have somebody doing work experience. So come up to the mic. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
No, not really.
None of your friends
your
back
friends
home?
back home?
What about all your mates doing work experience at nurseries?
Yeah, no, yeah, they don't deserve it.
Okay, is he loud enough on the mic?
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Okay, amazing. Well, thanks for coming to Dubai, Neil.
Thank you.
We will see you in London or here again soon.
Yeah.
It was a learning experience for us as well, and yeah, we super appreciate it. And shout out to your parents for being bold and taking the risk and coming out here. And I think that's just very gangster. So I respect that a lot.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify, where you may have been listening to this or even watching it. 5-star rating and review on Apple would be incredible. It helps us get discovered by Tim Cook and his gang of merry men. Whoa, okay, close to the line. And finally, YouTube gang, hit us with the subscribe. Your likes and comments are appreciated, and hit the notification bell so you can get this content sooner rather than later. By this point, you're either still listening and a super fan, or you're completely disinterested like Neil. But either way, I bid you.
Again, like 10 seconds after he's on.
I bid you adieu. This was you the first week, yeah?
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
The first week,
Yeah.
the first 4.5 months.
Yeah, because you didn't give me an opportunity in my first week to be on a podcast. So I'm just sitting there, for
And
like
then as soon
3
as Vic was
months.
away,
Yeah,
he just
I was like,
struck
boom.
in the Cobra.
I had to.
the Cobra.
Yeah.
Cobra King.
and now I'm here to stay until for
6 weeks.
Yeah, no, we got to talk about that because effectively,
Yes.
next week it's going to be business as usual or content as usual, cow. But after that, it's going to be all like it's going to be virtual for a bit of time.
Yeah.
Oh, also, by the way, real quick, London crew. Oh God, I messed up. I don't know my dates, but I know I'm going to be on Soho Radio with Rob Percy, Southern Hospitality Show, Wednesday the 8th. I'll be on Itch FM on the 12th of June. That'll be in the early afternoon, I believe. And I'll be at Flashback at Sway Bar, hosting that party and doing probably a little bit of a birthday get-together then on the 11th. And then there'll probably be a couple of meetups, one in central London and one in the financial district. More information to come out very soon. Thanks for checking out the show, and we'll see you next week. Peace.